Okay, good morning, class. Good morning, guys. I'm going to discuss to you the pledge, mortgage, charter mortgage, and anti-crisis. Now, let's start.
Never stop dreaming, keep reaching for the stars. Believe in yourself, you'll go far. No matter what they say, just keep pushing through. Never stop dreaming, your dreams will come true. Never stop dreaming, never give up. Keep chasing your dreams, never stop is the genre. And in English, we'll sing our song forevermore.
Okay, umpisahan natin sa mortgage. Ang mortgage, this deals with real property or immovable property. Yun ang ginagawang collateral ng debtor to secure the obligation, to secure the um, utang. Okay. Now, ang key point, hindi kailangan ibigay yung property to the creditor. The debtor will remain in the possession of the property. And si debtor pa rin ang gumagawa gumagamit ng property. Ang ano lang, kapag hindi nakabayad, pwede syempre i-foreclose ni creditor. Okay? Sa pledge, it deals with the movable property. Binibigay siya kay creditor bilang security. So delivery, without the delivery, wala tayong pledge na mangyayari. Okay. Walang pledge kung walang delivery of the thing. Okay. So sa movable, pledge deals with the movable and required to be delivered to the creditor. Sa chattel mortgage, it deals with the movable property also, but ang possession nasa debtor. Okay? Hindi siya kukunin ni creditor. It will remain to the debtor. Unlike sa pledge, kailangan ibigay mo siya sa creditor. Ano pa? Kailangan din nakasulat ang written form and should be registered under chattel mortgage. So, ang purpose niya, kaya hindi naman kinuha, basta naka-public document is that to secure the payment of the debt or obligation. It should be registered between the parties, not binding to the third person. Okay, ano pa? Ang remedy ni creditor is a foreclosure. May foreclosure siya. So the creditor may recover deficiency unless the law provides other law or recto law for sales in installment. Diba? Recto law will govern for the installment of the personal property. Now, sa anti-crisis tayo. Anti-crisis naman, it deals with the immovable property. Pero, may karapatan si creditor sa fruits ng property. And then, bago mo mabayaran yung principal, yung fruits will be applied first doon sa interest muna bago sa principal. The best example for anti-crisis is, the sanladira, alam niyo yun, maraming nagsasanla and then tinitirahan or pinauupahan ni creditor. So the fruits will apply first prior to the principal. Ito, I'm going to discuss, isa-summarize ko yung possession. Okay. Ang possession, halimbawa, yung pabilisin lang natin yung mortgage. Ang property sa mortgage, yung mga securities, ang property sa mortgage will remain to the debtor. Ang pledge will go to the creditor. Ang chattel mortgage will go to the debtor. And the anti-crisis will go to the creditor. So, yung pledge at anti-crisis, ang fruits lang pala ang kinukuha ni creditor sa sa anti-crisis, yung fruits. But sometimes, dahil nga sa kanya yung fruits or upa, or minsan siya ang gagamit, and therefore, ang possession will go to the creditor. Pero yung pledge, mapupunta sa creditor yung possession ng property. Okay, let's have a summary of all the four securities. Ito, sinamarize ko for you. The base natin yung object. Ang mortgage, immovable. Pledge, movable. Charter, immovable. And then anti-crisis, immovable also. Ang possession ng mortgage and the charter mortgage will remain to the debtor. Ang pledge and anti-crisis will be given or delivered to the creditor. Registration, ang mortgage, yes, registry of property. Ang pledge, no, but deliver the property. Ang charter mortgage dapat naka-register as charter mortgage registry. Ang anti-crisis naman, not required but must be in written. Hindi siya required na naka-register, but it should be in written form. Ang form, ang mortgage public document. Okay, ang pledge may be oral or written plus delivery ng property. Ang charter mortgage must be in public document, affidavit of good faith. And then, ang anti-crisis must be in written, hindi siya pwede in oral. Okay. Purpose, all of them to secure payment. Yung tatlo, mortgage, pledge, charter, mortgage. Ang anti-crisis, ang payment niya, that using the fruits of the property, or it should be the interest first prior to the principal bago mo bayaran. Yung rights of the creditor, foreclose, syempre sa pledge, pag na-unpaid. And foreclose sa charter, pag na-unpaid. Sell the pledge item if unpaid kapag sa pledge. Ito, receive the fruits, rent or income of the property. So ownership, all of them, yung pledge, mortgage, charter mortgage, anti-crisis, the debtor will remain the owner of the property. So it will apply to the real property. Ang special feature applies to real property only. Ang pledge requires delivery. Ang mortgage requires the affidavit of good faith. So dito the creditor have the right for the fruits sa anti-crisis. Example nito is sa mortgage, house use or loan security. Okay. Sa pledge, watch given as security. Yung relo, pwede isanla, di ba? Sa mortgage, car, used as loan security. Dito naman sa anti-crisis, land. Okay, na pwede ipa-rent. For land na may mga trees na may fruits. Okay. Let's start our recitation. Diba? Recitation 1. Pagkatapos ng question, you post it and then make a comment to answer. The first 3 na magko-comment, yun lang yung may additional points, okay? And syempre sa classroom, kapag nasa classroom tayo, I'm going to call you one by one. But now, it is our online class. Pagka flash ko ng pag nabasa niyo yung question, pause muna and then answer, comment it down below so I can give you a grade. Okay, 3 lang Number 1 question, madali lang to. If there is no delivery in pledge, is the contract valid? Answer. So the answer is hindi po, because pledge is a real contract. Without delivery, hindi siya perfected. Walang pledge na mangyayari. Walang valid pledge. Okay. Next question, receipt number 2. Can a creditor automatically become the owner of the pledge or mortgage property upon default? Yes or no? And why, syempre? Answer? Hindi po. Bawal ang pactum commissorium. Ang creditor cannot appropriate the property automatically. Kailangan niya may foreclosure or sale. Okay? Next question. Distinguish foreclosure in mortgage from sale in pledge. Who's answer? Sa mortgage, ang foreclose ang process to court or extrajudicial sale. Okay. Sa pledge naman, sale siya of the thing, pledge yung ginagawa, usually done sa public auction. Pina-public auction. Question number 4. In pledge, what happens if the proceeds of the sale are less than the debt? What will happen? Answer, generally, the creditor cannot recover the deficiency unless there is stipulation of law provides otherwise. Okay. Question number 5. In mortgage, can the creditor recover deficiency? Yes or no? Opo. In mortgage po, allowed the recovery and deficiency after foreclosure. Okay. Number 6. Who bears the risk for the loss in pledge? Answer, ang creditor po, since nasa kanyang possession, but he is required to exercise due diligence of a good father of the family. Okay. Number 7. What if the creditor used the same pledge without authority? Diba? Magiging liable siya for damages at maaari din siyang mawala ng right of pledge. Right sa pledge. Okay. Number 8. In anti-crisis, can the creditor apply fruit directly to the principal? Hindi po agad. Ang fruit must be applied to interest, then saka sa principal. Number 9. Is anti-crisis valid if not in writing? Deleno. No po, void ang anti-crisis kung hindi siya naka-writing. Especially kung hindi specified ang amount ng principal at ng interest. Okay, number 10. Can anti-crisis exist over movable property? No, kasi anti-crisis deals with immovable property. Okay. Number 11. Can the debtor still use the property in anti-crisis? Generally po, the creditor has the right to receive fruits, so limited use of ng debtor unless may agreed upon. Depende sa stipulation nila ng both parties. Okay? Question number 12. What are the requisites of valid charter mortgage? Tatlo yan. It must be in public instrument, must be registered in charter mortgage, must contain the affidavit of good faith. Okay. Number 13. What is the effect if the affidavit of good faith is absent? What will happen? The mortgage is still valid between the party but not binding to the third person. Okay? That's all, class. And if you are not yet a subscriber of my channel, please do so and hit the notification bell so that I will be able to update you every time I'm going to post or make a video for the class. Thank you and good day. God bless.